Alright, so this is the Dental Associates Real Pay Dashboard. I want to walk through this and show you how this works and how it can benefit you. So when you're a dental associate, your pay is very variable. So I wanted to give people a way to start with the end in mind. So by that I mean I want you to start with what you want to take home after taxes every month. So let's look at it here. So we'll start. Let's say you want to take home after taxes every single month. You want to take home $13,000 in income that actually hits your bank account. So you put that in there. Obviously, your contract details are going to be variable, and your tax status is going to be variable. So, a typical associate contract, let's say you're paid 30% on adjusted production or on net production, either one. So you would put that in there, and let's say you live in one of the more expensive states in the country. You can always also use this as job comparing. Like, let's say you're trying to decide between a job between California and Arizona. You can look at that. But let's say you live in California and you're single, based on your tax status. You can also look at your lab percentage here. So let's say if you're paid on 30% production, you're paid on you pay 30% of your lab bills as well. This is a nice little lab bill tracker that we'll get to here in a second. So what this will do is then allow you to select the days you're actually working. So let's say in August you don't typically work Fridays and you took an extra Thursday off. You're not going to work that Friday, you're going to work that Monday, and you're going to work today, August 29th. So you took a couple days off and maybe that Friday as well. So what this will do, based on the number that you put in here, it will back calculate how much adjusted production you need to make each day in order to hit this goal of $13,000. So a couple ways you can look at this is that in this sheet, the days working this month, it'll give you the daily net production of your goal that you have to hit every day, or your cumulative net production, what it actually adds up to every single day. This will be easy to see on the main dashboard. So by the end of today's workday, if I want to hit $13,000 with all these contract details, I would have to have achieved $67,000 of net production. And what this does right here, you can have this little tracker. So if you let's say you already have made $60,000 of adjusted production at this point, you can put that in there and see how it compares to your goal. In this case, it can also give you, if let's say you're a little behind this, it'll just give you your net income pace, so how much you're actually going to make, and your net income month to date. So it gives you a little bit of a good idea there. Now this is pretty easy to find if you haven't worked as a dental associate in the past. This just comes from your EagleSoft, your Open Dental, your whatever software your practice is using. This is a very easy number to pull. And then lab bill tracking. This is something that I update every day. You can put in your lab fees. So let's say you have a layered zirconia crown that's 126, and you're tracking throughout the course of the month. You can see that, let's say you do 20 of those, you can see that your total lab bill and your lab fees month to date populate here, and also gives you the option of selecting if this lab bill is subtracted from the adjusted production or gross pre-tax pay, which is an important distinction to understand, something that I'll talk about in future videos here. So very useful tool. I use this every day. I have this on the background of my computer, and hopefully it's helpful for you. So another thing that I would send to you in this package here is the pediatric anesthesia calculator. Something really annoying that I found is calculating pediatric anesthesia. Now there's, of course, most of the time it's just, okay, have a carp and it does the job, but at the same time we want to double check these things. So what I found annoying is that most general dental practices, they don't have, like, you're not going to weigh the kid most of the time. You're not going to have a scale that actually the kid steps on and gives you the weight to calculate this. So what I did instead is I took the CDC and WHO data and the average weight of a kid based on their birthday. So this is not just by year, but this is actually by month, every single month of their development up to age 22. I think I pulled the data from. So for example, let's just say you have a patient, you're about to do a number S MO DO on, and you want to make sure that your anesthesia is in the correct spot here. They were born November 15, 2019. They're female, and you want to use Septicane because you're just going to infiltrate, so that you know now, based on the average weight, that this is the maximum dose of Articaine or Septicane. Also gives you a couple warnings, like let's say, oh, maybe I should use Marcaine. It's going to give you a warning, not recommended. So just a gentle reminder there. Another warning, let's make this kid really young, let's say 23, and you might not be treating these kind of patients, but another warning that not recommended under 4 per the AAPD. So all literature based, all based on WHO and CDC data, and just gives you general guidelines versus just guessing the kid's weight, which I've always found very annoying. So anyway, those are the two dashboards that I have for you now. There's a couple more that I have coming out, and I will send your way if you buy this package.